YouTube, it's Miss Punkerella, and yeah, where have I been? Also, look at my clown makeup! Okay, it's been a new hobby of mine. I can explain. I found this thing called TikTok. Man, is that ever easier than YouTube? Yep. Love it. So that's where I've been. If you guys want to follow me on TikTok, where I post almost every day, and I neglect this channel, the username is Miss Punkerella on there. So if you want to follow me and see more of me being ridiculous, then follow me there. I'll try to put a link to it in the bottom if I remember. But yeah, that's why I haven't really done much with YouTube, but I'm gonna try to do more YouTube because I always say that and I never do. I'm sorry. But I'm back and I'm gonna do a horror movie haul because we got a big stack. This isn't all of it. The rest of it's on the floor. The stack is so big. And I have another stack over there for the next horror movie haul video. So we are really into horror movie haul department. Yes. Hope you like these videos. Also, a thing about the last video, I did a giveaway. I believe it was of Hellraiser Bloodline. And the person who I picked to send it to never responded to me whatsoever. So if you would like to get a free copy of Hellraiser Bloodline on DVD, I have two. Comment down below and I will pick someone, preferably in North America because it's a region 1 and shipping costs. So if you would like to win that, comment. I will pick someone and you better fucking respond, alright? Okay, so into the horror movie abyss. So there was Halloween and I was able to get a lot of movies cheaper because of that. So first one, we have the elusive Night of the Demons Part 3. I love the cover for this one. It's just so great. The eyeball martini and everything. It's like, yes! This movie didn't do as well as the first installments of the franchise, so that's why the DVD cost way too much money. I don't remember what I paid for it. I think I paid around $12 for it, so because this sells for like 50 bucks sometimes. It's in really good condition. I barely remember this one, but I'm pretty sure they got someone new to play Angela, and that was kind of the main upset for people. I'm pretty sure there's like a boarding school in this one or something. Mouse comes back. Been a long time. I'm gonna have to rewatch it, but now I have all the Night of the Demons movies. Took forever. Life goal complete. Okay, where am I gonna stack these other ones? Damn. Okay. Okay, speaking of Night of the Demons, we have the Night of the Demons remake. Now, I was really hesitant to watch this film because the originals mean so much to me, but my favorite actor is in the movie, so I gave up and I watched it, and I'm so glad I did. I wish I would have watched it sooner. Oh my god, it's so good. If you like the first one, you will like this, because it's completely different, but it's completely the same. Same concept, but completely different kind of characters with like lots of nods to the original and other horror movies. The soundtrack is incredible. I was like sitting there and they started playing Wednesday 13 and I was like, oh my god, I was like in a movie? I was like blown away. I was like, yeah. Somebody dresses as Victor Crowley at the Halloween party in the movie too. I thought that was a great reference. Typo Negatives on the soundtrack as well. So, Bloodletting, I think they play. I'm not sure which version. I know a lot of people have done the song, but they play that in the movie. Yeah, my favorite actor, Edward Furlong, is in this, so that sold it for me. He's such a nice person. Okay, anyway, I got to meet him a while ago. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video or a video before, but I did get to meet him over video chat, and he was super cool, super nice. Okay, I would like to go to a convention he's at and get all these signed, because I have a lot of his movies. Someday. Okay, next. The Barn. I know you guys are like thinking, she wants me to watch a movie called The Barn. Trust me, it's a good movie. Like, It's so cool. I love the case of this movie. I was thinking that too. When I put it on, I was like, the barn. Fuck's that? And I was like, oh my god, this is so good. So, this is kind of the ultimate Halloween movie. It's about this guy that's obsessed with Halloween and doesn't really want to grow up. And it's done like an 80s movie. As you can see, the case has like not rated horror, and it's Be Kind Rewind, and it's really hard to tell, but it's actually like got stains and stuff like on the design like an old rental would have. So I just loved that. I was like, this is the coolest case ever. And the poster is just super retro. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's about this demonic barn and these guys that are gonna kill you if you don't follow Halloween code. And the way they've done the movie is it looks like an 80s movie. They use different lighting and stuff too. So if you love 80s horror, that's a new one for you to watch. Next has an Old Savor sticker on it. I got Urban Legend. Looks like somebody's dog maybe chewed it as well. Love that. I got Urban Legend. This movie is on Canadian Netflix right now for all of my fellow freaks in the north. I've never heard anybody refer to Canadians that way. Me. Okay, anyways. Yeah, this movie is super cool and extremely underrated. To give you a rough idea of what it's like, Scream came out in 96, I Know What You Did Last Summer came out in 97, and Urban Legend came out in 98. So it is just like those movies. But in my opinion, it's not better than Scream, but it's better than I Know What You Did Last Summer by a long shot, in my opinion. It's great. It's about murders that happen surrounding mysterious, like, urban legends, you know, that you'd talk about. Jared Leto is in it, which I love him. I don't know why. I just do. I know a lot of people don't, but I think he's adorable. Anyways, so yeah. Pretty cool movie. Definitely had me not knowing who the killer was until they told you. And even then I was like, no way, I never would have guessed that. So it's one of those where it really keeps you on the edge of your seat. Also, the thing that I really liked about this movie is the director obviously had a interest in 90s music because there is 2 or 3 Marilyn Manson posters in the movie. That one right there behind me is in the movie, as well as the Antichrist Superstar one. And I believe there's an L7 poster in the movie, which I think they opened for Manson at one point. I could be wrong, but I swear I read that somewhere. So yeah, it's pretty cool. They got a lot of like, there's a goth chick in the movie and she's beyond relatable. I just died laughing at that part. I'm sorry I keep ranting about this one movie, but it's just so good and nobody talks about it. But yeah, I won't really spoil it for you, but yeah, there's the first part where you see the goth chick. I died laughing, and then there's another part of the movie where she makes a post being like looking for goth guys to hook up with, and I'm like, girl, same. Okay, next. We have a Ghost House Underground film. They make some really cool movies. We have Dance of the Dead. This is a really great film that I'd never heard of, and I just gave it a chance. It's by the guy who made 30 Days a Night, apparently, and The Grudge. So, some good people there working on this movie. Really cool. It's like zombies and a prom night. It's like a prom night movie, but zombies. Yeah, so basically these people that didn't go to prom, they gotta save everybody from the zombies. And it's got a real punk rock vibe to it, almost like Return of the Living Dead kind of feel. I really enjoyed it. We have The Funhouse. This is kind of an underrated film, in my opinion. I think it is. It's underrated. It's by the guy who did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Tobe Hopper. So if you like Texas Chainsaw, you will probably appreciate this movie, but nobody talks about it. Basically, some people go to a carnival and it's shifty. And they decide to stay the night there and things go wrong. Now, this is a movie, if you don't like gore, but you like kind of scary horror movies or whatever, or you're just starting to kind of take interest in horror, or gore bothers you, because I know a lot of movies I like and talk about in this are very gore focused. I feel like some of you probably don't even watch a lot of horror movies but watch these videos. This would be a good one because there is very minimal blood in it. There is some violence in it, but the blood is really minimal because I think it was from the 70s, this movie. I don't know the year. 81. There we go. Sometimes they put it on there, sometimes they don't. But yeah, I remember seeing this when I was a kid, parts of it on TV, on cable, and I just saw the carnival and I was like, oh, I love that. I watched a bit of it, so it was probably one of the first horror movies I ever saw. But yeah, it's really cool. The makeup in this, really neat. I've always been drawn to like carnivals. You know, I'm down with the clown here, so yeah, anything to do with that, I'm just like, yeah. Circus. I am a circus. Okay, next we have, still sealed, I got it on sale, we have Tourist Trap, which is getting kind of rare to find, but this movie is really cool. They did reissue it a bunch, I think, recently on Blu-ray and all that. So, yeah, it's probably getting easier to find. This is the weirdest fucking movie ever. I don't know what else to tell you. It's so campy, but it's so good. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. You're just gonna have to watch it, because it's just fucked up. It's like a tourist attraction. People get stuck there. Things go wrong. There's like these figures and like some telekinesis, mind control, some really loopy, whacked out man. You have to see it to believe it. It's a great movie. I don't really like these dual packs, but it was convenient. So we have Reanimator and Bride of Reanimator. I love these movies. They're so cool, like visually to look at, with like the green like slime and everything, and the makeup and the body parts. I'm like, it's so pretty visually. Body parts. I don't know why I'm like this. Anyway, but no, it's a lot of like, wow, that was cool. So yeah, if you've never seen these, give them a go. They're still kind of underrated. I mean, they're really nostalgic, but they're still really not totally remembered on the scale of like Freddy or Jason or anything. But yeah, this mad scientist is fucking nuts, and nothing will stop him. These basically take place one after the other, like almost like a day apart, I'd say, so definitely watch them both. We have a slipcase, holographic. Okay, so we have a Masters of Horror. We have Lucky McKee, I believe that's his name. Okay, he directed May, which is crazy. I don't own that because it's very expensive to own a copy of that, but it was a crazy movie. Yeah, so Sick Girl. This is my favorite Masters of Horror film. These were like short films. I'm not sure if they put them on TV or whatever the hell. Or maybe they just put them on DVD. I can't remember, but they were like a thing. Anyway, yeah, this one's my favorite out of the ones that I've seen. I definitely haven't seen them all, but if you like lesbians, I personally do a lot. And if you like bugs, which I also like a lot, you will love this. So it's, I believe it's called Entomologist, this lady who studies bugs, and it goes very wrong when she gets a new bug. And that's all I'm gonna say. So if you're into that, this is so cool. It's a short one as well. Like, I don't remember how long it is. I think they were shorter. I can't remember. It's been a long time for me. Slipcase again. Don't normally get those. We have The Windmill. I know, another one where it's like, that doesn't sound scary. It is. Sort of. This is not hell, this is Holland. It's ridiculous, but I found this gem. It won a Fright Fest award. I found this gem on Netflix at one point. I really don't think it's on there anymore. But basically some tourists go to the Dutch countryside and there's this kind of almost like Jason in like Friday the 13th, you know, before he gets the mask where he's got like the corn sack type, potato sack type bag. Do they put corn in a sack? I don't know. I think it's a potato sack. Anyways, a dude who looks like that or kind of scarecrow looking that I think was burned in a windmill shows up and shit goes down. So if you're into that, this is a movie for you. Sorry if I'm getting bad at explaining things. I've been doing this for too long. I haven't been doing this enough. That's what it is. Next we have Tamara. I loved this film. And it really was not what I expected. Like, I thought it was gonna be, like, going one way, and then it went another way. It almost reminds me of, it's kind of got a Carrie vibe, it has the Craft vibe, and it really reminds me of Jawbreaker as well. It's kind of got a Mean Girl kind of early 2000s, I think it was 2005, this movie, type of vibe to it. And then it's about witchcraft. Basically, Tamara, she doesn't look very good, but she's a witch. People bully her, and, you know, things go bad, and, she gets revenge pretty good as a hotter lady through witchcraft. It's a really, really bizarre film, and it's great. Definitely underrated. We have Constantine. Okay, this is a really interesting film that I feel like I don't hear anybody talking about it anymore, but strangely enough, they are trying to make a sequel to this day, actually. Lots of recent talk about that. I believe this was a comic series that they turned into a movie. I could be wrong, but I thought I read that somewhere. But yeah, it's Keanu Reeves. It's kind of like, you know, the role he usually plays, where he's, you know, in an action movie and does a really good job. But anyway, yeah, this movie's really cool. He's kind of like an exorcist type dude. He can see demons, basically, and he has a lot of drama with, like, the devil, and it's kind of got religious themes. There's lots of heaven and hell and demons and angels, but it's very cool. I definitely suggest watching it. Next, we have a kind of new one. We have Zombieland Double Tap. This is a sequel that came out like quite some time after the first one. My wig is in my lipstick. Anyway, yeah, I really like this one. I almost liked it more than the first one, I want to say. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen the first one. Even though I own it, I gotta rewatch it. But, yeah, it was funny. It was cool. I thought it was cooler because there's way more zombies in this one. Like, way more. Definitely worth it. We have the Halloween III that everybody hates, but I like it. Season of the Witch. So you either love this movie or you hate it. It took me a long time to really get into Halloween, like, to the point where, like, I was into it. Like, I had to watch quite a few of them before I got invested and wanted to watch them all. It wasn't the same for me as, like, Friday the 13th and, like, Nightmare on Elm Street and all those. It hit different, for me for some reason. Anyway, so this one was, like, possibly one of my favorites because it's so different. The original thing that happened with this movie is it came out as Halloween and everybody was like, where's Michael Myers? Where is he? He's not in the movie. He's in there for a little tiny bit on the TV screen, actually, but it's not about him. It's about a different thing. It's about evil masks, Halloween masks that are gonna take over the world on Halloween. And I love that. So cool, honestly. Great movie, really neat makeup, cool effects, definitely amazing. One of my favorites is the jingle. 5 more days till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 5 more days till Halloween, Silver Shamrock. You'll get stuck in your head forever. And I kind of love it. Like, can somebody, like, do, like, a techno remix of that? That would be great. I would listen to that a lot. Next, we have Tales from the Dark Side. Sorry, the case is kind of warped. Seems to be a pattern with buying used DVDs. This is one of the ones I saw when I was a kid, and it really stuck with me. I heard that there's a Tales from the Dark Side series. Emphasize why it says brackets the movie. I've never seen the series. Is it worth watching? Let me know, because I've literally never heard of it, but I've known about the movie for years, so let me know if it's worth watching the show. This is basically like a Tales from the Crypt thing, or Creep show, where there's like short stories. There's this one about these cool like gargoyles, and I can't really remember the rest of it, but I remember it was awesome. There's a kid that tells the stories from a book, and it's kind of like a Hansel and Gretel situation. And there's like an oven he might try to escape from and such. Indeed. Of Tales from the Crypt, we have the Tales from the Crypt Deadly Duo. It's not called the double feature. Had to be original. I don't like these dual packs, as I keep saying, but there was a sale. And it was cheaper to get this than it was to get them separately. So if you like Demon Knight, and I'm pretty sure you do, because that's fucking cool, and you can't afford it, or you don't want to pay $20 for it, look for this dual pack. It's worth way less money, because people don't like Bordello of Blood. I don't know why, because it's good. So yes, both movies on here. As I said, Demon Knight, super cool. I actually saw the amulet from these two movies on like one of those auction sites recently, and I was like, that is so cool. I wish I was a millionaire. I would buy it. But I'm not. I'm poor. So it was like, I can't own it. Damn it. Anyway. So yeah, I thought it was really cool. But yeah, Demon Knight, lots of demons. Just go watch it. It's just so cool. It's the best. Anyway, Bordello of Blood, the less interesting one. I actually watched it recently for the first time when I got this, because I hadn't actually seen it, and it was super cool. I don't know why people hate it. I mean, Corey Feldman's in it, which sucks. I don't like him. But other than that, I mean, he didn't ruin the movie. He wasn't in it for that long, and it was alright. But yeah, basically, there's a vampire brothel. Who doesn't like a vampire brothel? Like, yeah. And basically, it, they start killing people and people go missing, and it's like, there's a vampire brothel. And this detective decides to help this lady find her brother that goes missing. And yeah, they end up finding this vampire nest, which is great. There's also a scene that I thought was the coolest thing ever, where they use holy water in water guns, and the effects was just everything. I loved that. I don't know if I had it in the last video or not, but I bought an international DVD player so I could start watching UK international DVDs, because sometimes they are a lot cheaper, or they did better in Europe, and it's really hard to get a copy over here. So that's why some of them will have these little ratings on them. If you're in the UK, can you tell me, why is there two different colors? Like, what's the difference? Like, I'm Canadian, so we don't have that on ours. Like, we have a little tiny thing on the back here that says like R, that they don't want you to even look at. They're like, yeah, kid, buy it. But they have like two that are like different colors, and I'm like and some of them don't. Some of them only have like the one color, so I was kind of wondering why some have both and one have one. Anyway, this movie is another one that I saw on Netflix one night, and I was like, that's so cool. The Curse of Sleeping Beauty. It's basically like this guy inherits a house or something, and it's got a curse and a sleeping beauty, and the mannequins come to life. It's amazing. It's so cool, the makeup and effects in it, and yeah, I can't remember a lot of the plot, but it's neat. It's got the girl from Riverdale in it that plays Cheryl, Madeline. I got to meet her. She's so nice. I think she did this before Riverdale, so if you like that show, maybe check out this movie. She plays his friend, I believe. Now, don't laugh at me. But I had to makeshift this DVD. So someone sold me a copy of The Elusive Cemetery Man, a Region 1 copy, for $3 because it didn't have a case. It's in perfect condition. Anyway, I've been trying to get that movie for years, but it sells for like $100 for a Region 1 copy. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so I decided to print out the cover with my printer. My printer since will not work at all and may never work again, and it did not print it properly. I never used it to print color before, and now it won't print at all. Okay, anyway, so yeah, we have this acid-washed version of the cover that's like, you know, pretty graphic. The movie is either called Cemetery Man or Della Morte, Delamore. I think I'm hoping I'm saying that right, which means something along the lines of death, right? Dead, cemetery, I don't know, something. I don't speak Italian. I'm only 3% Italian according to my DNA, so what do I know? Nothing. I can eat a whole pizza though. I feel like that's the only thing that I got from that bit of DNA. Okay. Next we have Thinner by Stephen King. I actually kind of like the case for this one. It's really cool and like kind of arty. Yeah, so this movie is iconic. It's really, I'd say it's not as popular as it should be. As far as Stephen King movies go, I don't really hear people like raving about this one, even though it's really cool. Basically, this guy that's kind of fat, that's a lawyer, I believe, he accidentally kills some traveling fortune teller people, and they get mad at him and curse him. And he just starts getting thinner and thinner, and there's not much he can do about it, and it gets worse. So it's just like this spooky, like, thing. It's really great, honestly. I like it. We have Hatchet 2, the director's cut. We all know I love the Hatchet movies so much. Yeah, so this one's great. Tony Todd's in it, you know, it's great. I don't really remember what happens because they all blur together to me because, like, it's just, like, one massive plot. So this takes place right after the first one, sorry. So yeah, if you're gonna watch these, watch them all in order. This is a really cool movie. We have Dario Argento's Suspiria. Now, this is kind of more like an art movie than a horror movie. I mean, it is a horror movie, but, like, a lot of people, I feel like, aren't gonna get it. It's an Italian horror movie. You know, it's getting hard to get this on DVD, actually. It's basically a girl that goes to a dance school. They remade it, and the remake is on Prime, but I haven't watched it yet. I hear it's good, but I just haven't had the time. Like, I literally have 80 things to watch on my list at all times. But, yeah, I love the original. The colors are just mesmerizing. It's like, wow. Like, damn, super cool. So if you want to see some weird, like, stuff, watch this. Next we have Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh. The new Candyman was so good. I can't wait to get that on DVD, but I don't know if it's out yet. I don't think so. I'm gonna wait until it goes into the clearance bin at Walmart. And maybe next Halloween. Anyway, so yeah, this is the second one. Maybe they'll reissue these because the new one is popular. I don't know. Because it's getting hard to find this one and the third one on DVD. This one takes place in New Orleans, which I think is really cool. I've never been, but I've always wanted to go. It just seems like really architecturally pretty there and interesting to me. So yeah, lots of cool effects in this one. I really like the effects at the end, the CGI. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but that was like one of the standout parts of the film to me. Basically, this kind of gives you more of an in-depth, like, storyline to the origins of the Candyman, and, you know, he's stalking someone new. It's sealed. We have Wrong Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings, uncut. This is hard to get now. It's getting very expensive. My friend said this was her favorite Wrong Turn. It's not my favorite, but some people really love this one. It's kind of like a prequel, which is kind of different for the franchise. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was great. It wasn't my absolute favorite, but it was neat. Definitely like horror movies in the snow, the blood in the snow. It's always like so different, right? I love it. But yeah, it's kind of like where the family kind of got loose and, you know, it takes place in an asylum in the middle of nowhere, and it's sort of, I guess, before the first one, so yeah, interesting take on it. The effects were kind of cool. It is a bit of a slow one though. I found it kind of like, I think it was an hour before the first kill, other than like the one in the intro. Like there was an hour in between kills at one point. Lots of lesbian sex though. Gotta throw that in there. If you like boobs, watch these movies. Okay. Reasons why I'm bi horror movies. No. Okay. So my favorite, Subspecies. This is a new obsession for me. I recently got into Subspecies like obsessively, and they're like top tier for me. So yeah, basically Full Moon Pictures put these out. They are one of their more serious projects. I know a lot of movies they put out are a little ridiculous, but this one's kind of serious. Basically it's like a gothic vampire romance type movie. And yeah, he's like a pretty evil vampire, Radu, and he wants the bloodstone. He's hot though. Like, fuck yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, he looks pretty old and, like, decrepit, but something about him, I'm just like, fuck yeah, daddy. I don't know. Something's wrong with me. I don't know what. Okay. Hostel Part 2. I was missing this. I swear I owned it, and it disappeared. And now I have it again. Eli Roth. So, yeah, this is the more bloody and shocking version. All right, the director's cut. Yeah, this one is very similar to the first one. It's more like a club or something. I can't remember. It's been many years since I've watched it. I definitely need to rewatch it. I think I went to rewatch it and I didn't have it, and that's why I bought it again. I think this is the one with the bathtub of blood where they drain the girl, and that is quite the scene. I can't remember if that's the first one or the second one. Now, this is a staple in every horror movie collector's collection. Anaconda. I fucking hate snakes. I'm terrified of them. I'm not terrified of CGI snakes, and I can handle looking at them on TV, but in person, I'm like, I don't want to be near it. So, yeah, I mean, it's not scary, but it's funny. This movie has a crazy all-star cast. Basically, they go somewhere for some reason in Amazon. I don't remember why. I don't remember if they're looking for the snake or something else. It's been a while since I watched it. Anyway, and the big snake that is way too fucking big shows up and causes some shit. It's got a really great cast, as I was saying. I think Owen Wilson, Ice Cube, and I think even J-Lo's in it. I can't remember, but yeah, it's got like a really all-star cast for what it is. The movie Snakes on a Plane was definitely influenced by this. If you like Piranha and Jaws and stuff like that, you would love Anaconda. Who doesn't love the movie Anaconda? We have another Stephen King. We have Pet Sematary. I really like this cover. There's different covers of it, and this one's cool. I actually feed a stray cat that looks a lot like Church. But he does not have those orange eyes. But, yeah, so it's a pretty cool movie, you know. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it by now, but if you haven't, then definitely watch it. I'm itchy. Anyway, so yeah, it's great, you know. They bury them and sometimes they come back. It's a little dated, I guess, you know, but if you've never seen it, it's definitely good. Hatchet 4, or it's called Victor Crowley. Sometimes you can't find it and you have to type in Victor Crowley instead. I got the UK version of it. Yep, this one possibly is the most bloodiest Hatchet movie yet. I can't wait for number 5. I cannot tell you how excited I am for the next installment of Hatchet. Anyway, so yeah, this one's a little different. Basically it's the same, it's a little different. It takes place, pretty much really close to the other ones. And there's a plane crash in it, in a swamp, and he comes back. Oh yeah, he comes back. So, I mean, have you ever wanted to see a woman's arm get ripped off and then fisted up her until it comes out her mouth? Yeah, watch this movie. I didn't really want to see that either, but when I saw it in this movie, I was like, I didn't know what to do. I laughed. I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, did I need to see that? I think you do need to see it, so you should watch this movie. That's the only hint I'll give you about the film. So iconic. Every time the kills just get weirder, it's like, we need another one. We have The Descent Part 2. This is the UK version. I don't like the cover to this one, but I didn't want to pay like $16 for the American version, so I got this one. I didn't know this existed because I've had The Descent for years on my shelf. And then one day I was scrolling through, I think, Amazon Prime, and it was like The Descent 2, and I was like, a sequel? So I had to watch it. And you should watch it too, because it's amazing. It's better than the first one. Absolutely. The makeup on the creatures is so much better. They show them more in the light. It's just insane. And the ending, like, fuck. Anyway, yeah, lots of gore, just crazy. Like, just watch it. They could do a third one. Why don't they do a third one? Next, we have American Mary. Now, this is a really great movie if you've never seen it. It's by the Soska sisters. I hope that's how you say it. They've done a lot of really cool movies. They also appear in this movie. They're the twins. Yeah, American Mary, she's basically like a surgeon school dropout that kind of starts doing body modifications for people that are extreme. Yeah, it's really cool. I like the UK cover more than the American cover. It's really neat. The American cover is just white with her with the saw, and it's not as cool. I like how she's like in the blood and everything. It's like way better. It's like, yeah. Now, the next movie is also by those same twins. I can't remember if they have a part in this one or not, but See No Evil 2, Kane. People didn't like this one as much as the first one. The first one's the most iconic, but the second one is really good. It takes place in a morgue, and I just like that. I was like, yeah, cool. Anyway, he comes back, starts killing everyone in the morgue, so yeah, it's really good. Cool thing, I actually went to see wrestling, WWE. For those of you that don't know, Kane is a wrestler. He's also a mayor now. Like, okay. But yeah, he is a wrestler, and I went to see WWE live around the time this was being filmed, and it was filmed here in Vancouver, and we didn't know because it wasn't on the list, and those like non-televised ones are really a mixed bag. And The Fire came out, and like Kane came out, and we were like, what the fuck? Did we pay enough money for this? Like, and I was on the ramp. It was so cool. I was like this far from him. He was in his corporate outfit though. He was like corporate Kane, which wasn't as cool, but because it was around that time. But it was really cool. He didn't wrestle, he just came out and talked. But it was still like so neat. I was like, yeah. So, I'm gonna stop talking about wrestling now, or else I will never stop talking. But, yeah, that was my horror movie haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be doing another one soon, and like I said, if you want to win a free copy of Hellraiser Bloodline on DVD, comment below and I will pick someone and send it to you. Only if you reply to me, though.